Namaste teachers, namaste to everybody. A very warm welcome to all of you. Padmini the Princess, actually, it's a lesson recently added. It used to be there long ago. Then they had taken it out. We had Kaku and Lal Hawa, and last year that was also out. And this year they have kept this story in place of that. So this won't be there in last year or year before that. So okay, so we will do this lesson, Padmini the Princess lesson, class 3 lesson it is. Now, we have already seen one lesson, how we introduce and everything, class 2, one lesson. We've also seen, day before yesterday, one class 3 poem, how we introduced and how we started and all that. So I thought we will do a different type of, different way of teaching lesson today. So let's start. So to teachers, as I had given you the pre-reading yesterday, the same way we can give, we can give instruction to teach children, asking them to read the lesson and come. You just tell children, this can be done only after you start knowing your children, they know your style. So this can't be the way that we start the first lesson. But after 2-3 lessons, you can just try this out. You have told the children to read the lesson and come 2 times the previous day. And some schools have smart board facility. So let's today look at this animation. I want you, I'll start from the beginning.
Yes, ma'am.
Padmini the Princess.
Clear now?
My
ma'am.
grandmother,
Thank you,
Amma, lives alone near a forest. One day, she found an elephant that is badly hurt. Manoj, a vet, agreed to help the elephant. To my delight, father and Manoj uncle took me along to Amma's house. Amma, tell me about the elephant, said Manoj uncle. Amma said,
I think she was caught and held in ropes and chains. She has freed herself with great difficulty. She's in a lot of pain and is weak. She is too frightened to eat or drink. But as soon as the wounds heal, I'm sure she will return to the forest.
Amma had named her Padmini. She and Manoj uncle went to see Padmini. When they came back, Manoj uncle told us, Padmini's trunk is cut in many places. The wounds are deep. Then he took out a gun. Amma looked at it with tears in her eyes. Manoj uncle explained, Amma ji, I have to stitch Padmini's wounds. I can do that only when she's asleep. This gun has bullets that will make her asleep for a few hours. Padmini was soon asleep. Manoj uncle cleaned and stitched her trunk gently. He returned to Amma's house looking tired but happy. The next day, he told us how to look after Padmini until he came back. 2 days later, Amma took me to see Padmini. We walked to the forest and soon came to an old temple. Amma rang the large bell there. Very soon, a few small animals came to the temple, then some birds. Soon, there was the crunching sound of leaves and branches. It was Padmini with bandages around her trunk.
How are you feeling, my child?
Amma asked softly. Then she said,
Let's go to the river. You need some water.
We all walked to the water's edge. Padmini knelt down. I poured many buckets of water into her mouth. Soon it was time for Padmini to return to the forest and for us to go home. Seeing the forest and Padmini was magical.
So I hope now this time all could hear. So we asked the children to read the lesson and come. We have shown this, the video. Now, if you see, 1 second. All the classes may not have the facility of smart board wherein you are able to share video. So that's okay if it's there. Some may have, the audio visual room or something where you can take children to show them videos or audio bits, or some libraries have those facilities. So if that is there, we can use it. Else, we can even show, make some, those who are very good at drawing, they can just draw, or else we can just take some pictures, related pictures, and show them as picture clues. Now, what I'm trying to do is, we have not explained anything till now. This we have done. So we can just give some picture clues from the lesson. Like I've just tried to do, collate something here and there, just 3-4 pictures. This will just tell some aspects of the story I have taken. When you read the story, which one to take, which are very important, the turns that the story has taken, or something like that. So first, second, third, and then the fourth one. Now, after this, you can, before you teach, you can just try to find out how much they have understood. And what we are trying to do here, unlike the previous days that we discussed about having a good introduction, great story, something familiar, and then building on and all that. Here, we have told them to read everything. We have shown them the video. Children will be very attentive when we are showing video, because very catchy for them and they are very interested. If we don't have some picture clues, something that is very interesting for them, anything that we can try, and then we try to judge how much they have understood. This is just to test their comprehension skills also. So every time we need not have the same style of opening or introducing a story. You can always look at things in a different way. So now here, quick question. Questions can be in any form. Question answers, we are expecting only the point answer. We are not expecting a proper sentence form answer, just to know how much they've understood. So who can tell me quickly? In this story, Padmini is the name of
An elephant.
an elephant. Yeah. So to confuse, we can give the boy's grandmother, boy's sister, because it says princess. So we can even, some may even think boy's sister. And just like that, one giraffe also has brought, has been brought here. Okay. Second, Amma thinks Padmini was caught and
Held in ropes and chains.
held in ropes and chains. Okay. True or false? Manoj uncle took out the gun to kill Padmini.
No. False.
What was that?
That he was given a drowsy injection, but not
Yes.
given.
Yeah.
He stitched her.
So that he can attend to the, so that he can attend to Padmini's problems. Yeah. Why was Manoj uncle tired? Just those bullet points. What were the 2 things that he did actually? Anybody who could notice?
He cleaned the wound.
Yeah. Very nice, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Cleaned and stitched. Yes. We must never show animals that we are afraid. Why did Amma say this?
Because the animals may think that we are going to harm them.
Animals may think that you're going to harm them. Yes.
Harm them.
Great. Yeah. So this way, some 4-5 questions, quick questions if you give after. So till now, you have not, from the teacher's side, I'm saying we have not taught anything. We have asked them to read. We have shown them some pictures. We have shown them video. You can even play an audio bit for this. There is an audio bit also along with this. That also can be played. Whatever is convenient. If video is not possible, audio is possible. Something like that. So just this will help the child to think, to concentrate, to observe, to listen. And we can also judge how much they have understood. Because class 1 and 2, they have, from mid of class 1, they've started doing reading comprehension. So they can read a passage, paragraph, then they can understand that and write questions concerned based on that. So where do they stand in their reading skills? We can judge after this. So now, okay, before this, let me just stop this. This story is told by a boy. His grandmother, Amma. Grandmother is called Amma. They've written as Amma as a character here. Lives alone near a forest. One day, she finds a wild elephant that is badly hurt. Amma wants to take care of the elephant. The boy's father finds a vet, Manoj, who agrees to help her. This is the background that they have given about the story before we begin. So who is Manoj uncle? Who's Manoj uncle? Veterinary doctor. Yes. Who's the vet?
Manoj.
That's fine. What does he do?
Animal person who cures
Yeah.
animal.
Yes. Yes. Animal doctor. The one who takes care of the animals. Correct. To my delight, father and Manoj uncle took me along to Amma's house. To my delight. What is that? What does that mean? Just shows that very happy you are feeling. Okay. So, to my delight, father and Manoj uncle took me along to Amma's house. Now, when we read this, you can ask, what does this me here mean? Who is this me? Are you able- the boy in the story. Yes. Amma, tell me what happened to the elephant? Said Manoj uncle. Amma said, I think she was caught and held in ropes and chains while the rest of the herd escaped. She was able to free herself with great difficulty. What is this now? I think she was caught and held in ropes and chains while the rest of the herd escaped. Herd is a new word. It's a small word, but it's a new one for them. Herd. Herd is a collective noun actually. Class 3 children don't know what is collective noun, but you can just tell a brief of it. When a group of a particular species we use, to call a particular group of animals or species, we use these collective nouns. Herd of elephants, herd of cows. And there are so many others, pride of lion and so many others. We can give example. It will be dealt separately in one of the sessions in these days. So I'm not getting into that at the moment. So, but do mention it is a collective noun. Like yesterday when we had the word tails in the story, not yesterday, day before yesterday when we had tails in the story, sorry, the poem Brook. So we did talk of homophones. Though at that stage, children may not be taught homophones, but still just put that word across to them. Some will remember. So same way here, you can talk about collective nouns in a very brief. She was able to free herself with great difficulty. What is free herself? She could come out of those chains. She was held in captivity, so she just came out of that. With great difficulty, it looks like she came out of it. The wounds are giving her a lot of pain. What is this wound? All these are new words for class 3.
Injuries.
Injury, yes, correct. The wounds are giving her a lot of pain. She cannot eat or drink properly, and so she is weak. So see, she's not able to eat properly, eat in a proper way. And because of that, what has happened? The elephant has become weak. I take her sugarcane and little water, but she's too frightened to eat or drink. So frightened is not written, but still many would not know. It is almost like a new word. What is that frightened word? Can anyone tell me? Scared. Fear, afraid, yes. So all these yeah, thank you. So these new words, we had discussed about writing on the book itself, the meanings or anything that we want. We want the child to get the habit of writing on the book. So please do talk about it. And all these are the words that I just now discussed are all, which can be underlined and then written next to it. So I take her sugarcane and little water, but she's too frightened to eat or drink. But as soon as the wound heals, I'm sure she will return to the forest. Now, what is this meaning? What does this word heal mean?
Becoming better.
Yeah. So there is another heal here, not mentioned in this book, but you know that?
Food.
It's the homophone. H-E-E-L. Yes. So we can talk about that. Heel is the portion below ankle. So yes. So we can explain about those two words. And here, so Amma is thinking that she's not able to, elephant is not able to see the picture also shows this. The wound here. Durga ma'am, can you just mute, please? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we can, in the picture also, we can see that there are wounds actually on the trunk of the elephant. And Amma says that she's too scared. She's not taking sugarcane and little water also. She's not able to eat or drink properly. But as soon as the wounds heal, I'm sure she will return to the forest. Amma had named her Padmini. So now we can say, who is Padmini? Who's Padmini? Padmini is the name of the elephant. Yes. Yes. She and Manoj uncle went first to see Padmini. Soon they came back and Manoj uncle told us, Padmini's trunk is cut in many places. The wounds are deep. So she's got many cuts, and that's the cause for the pain. The wounds are deep. She is in pain. And what did he do? Then he took out a gun. Amma looked at it and had tears in her eyes. Now, grandma started feeling bad because Manoj uncle, what was the reason? Why did Amma have tears in her eyes?
Manoj took a gun, so she.
Yeah, Manoj, the vet, took out a gun. So she thought that maybe what is he going to do? Is he going to harm the elephant? Manoj uncle explained. Explain means to tell properly, to tell in detail, to make it simple and tell. Manoj uncle explained, Ammaji, this won't kill Padmini. I'm not going to kill Padmini. This gun is not to kill Padmini. I have to stitch her wounds. Stitch her wounds. I can do that only when she is asleep. This gun has bullets that will make Padmini sleep for a few hours. So the bullets in the gun will just put the elephant into sleep for some time, and that time he can, take care, do the needful, because the wounds have to be stitched. So that is the reason why he has taken the gun out. So Amma, grandmother, was very upset when he took it out. That's why she had, 1 second. You can see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the bullet worked and Padmi was soon asleep. While she slept, Manoj uncle cleaned and stitched her trunk gently. How did he do it? Very gently. He was a very kind doctor. The bullet worked and Padmi was soon asleep. While she slept, Manoj uncle cleaned and stitched her trunk gently. Then he returned to Amma's house looking tired but happy. So why was Manoj uncle tired? Why was Manoj uncle tired?
He cleaned and
He
stitched
had worked hard.
The elephant's trunk. And so he was tired. Why was he happy?
Because the elephant is
wounded
uh,
Yes,
Because
he was able
he
to
had done
treat
his
the
work well.
elephant. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, he was able to treat the elephant, to attend to the wound, and after which he was sure that the elephant will feel better. So the next day, before he left, he told us how to look after Padmini until he came back. When we feel, unwell, when somebody gets unwell at home, we go to the doctor. The doctor will give you a lot of advice, isn't it? The doctor will say not to eat this, not to do this, some restrictions here and there, some advice would be given. Those are instructions or advice that a doctor gives so that you get well soon. Same way here, vet Manoj uncle gave some instructions. He told how to look after Padmini till he came back. So after that, can someone read this one small paragraph, please? Anybody?
Any paragraph, ma'am?
No, the next one, 2 days later, that
2 days later, Amma decided to take me to see Padmini. Amma said, Padmini is much better, but she still needs some help to eat and drink. We walked to the forest and soon came to an old temple. Amma rang a large bell there. Very soon, a few small animals came to the temple, then some birds.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Wow, lovely reading, ma'am. Yes. So, what happened 2 days later? Amma decided to take the boy to see Padmini. Amma said, what did Padma? What is it all about? That is, after 2 days of looking after, how Padmini has improved. Padmini is much better, but she still needs some help to eat and drink. So much better means her pain has reduced. She is feeling much better now. We walked to the forest. Now, what is this we here mean? Who is this we?
Grandma and the boy.
Grandma and the boy. Yes. We walked to the forest and soon came to an old temple. Amma rang the large bell there. What happened soon after the bell was rung? What happened? Somebody gathered. Who's that? Very soon,
Small animals.
small animals came to the
Like
temple
came
with,
there.
and then later,
Some birds.
some birds
Some birds
also.
came there.
Yes. So animals and then birds also joined them. Okay. You can see that picture here. Rabbits and we can see so many here actually. So many of them. Okay. We must never show animals that we are afraid, said Amma. Make them feel that we might harm them. She gave them some food she had brought with her. So all these things. So what kind of a person is this Amma? So she's looking after, she looked after Padmini. She felt bad when Manoj uncle took out the gun. She thought maybe it's going to harm. She had tears in her ears, in her eyes, sorry. And then now she's bringing food for those animals there. So what kind of a person is she?
Kind-hearted towards the animal.
She's very kind to animals. Yes. Thank you. Okay. So now can someone else read the from where I stopped? Where is Padmini? From there? Another person could read who didn't read before. Who's never read? I mean, my last two classes, who's never read? Can I request someone who's
read,
never
ma'am?
read? Please, please.
We must never show animals that we are afraid, said Amma. It makes them feel that we might harm them. She gave them some food, then she had brought with her. Where is Padmini? I asked. Amma just smiled. Soon there was the
Crunching sound.
crunching sound of leaves and branches. It was Padmini with bandages around her trunk. She came up to Amma.
Thank you, ma'am.
Amma
Thank you so
patted-
much. That's fine. Thank you so much. Yeah. So crunching sound of leaves. When leaves are dry and when something heavy steps on it, that sound is called the crunching sound. So who's come? Why that crunching sound? Who's come there?
Padmini came, ma'am.
Padmini came. The moment he asked, the boy just asked, where is Padmini? And soon there was this crunching sound of leaves and branches. It was Padmini who came with the bandages around her trunk. She came up to Amma. Amma patted Padmini's trunk gently. How are you feeling, my child? She asked softly. She held out 2 bananas. Remember what I told you? She said. Don't take off your bandages. So she's giving instructions. She's treating Padmini like a small child, giving all that is needed. She understood also her requirement. You can see that now. Then she said, let's go to the river. You need some water. We all walked to the water's edge. Padmini knelt down. So there are many new words and they have given the meanings also. Water's edge, point where land ends and water begins. So I think somebody's okay. Thank you. So now here when you look at this portion, ma'am, I think somebody is outside. Can you just switch off? I mean, you mute yourself, please. Nice, ma'am. Thank you. Okay. Now we have one word here. The last line, please see. Padmini knelt down. What is this knelt?
Kneeling down.
Okay. It's a past tense of kneel. Correct. Past tense of kneel. What is kneel? What do you mean by that?
Standing on knee.
Okay. Position yourself and balance yourself on your knee. Yeah. So we do that generally when we go to the temple, we pray, we kneel down and pray. Yeah, we prostrate. So knelt down. And we can show that this picture actually very nice. The picture shows that so nicely here. Okay. So these words also we can make them underline. These are some of the words are new, which have not been marked as new, but still we can, make those words. We can ask children to mark those words so that they remember it. Okay. We are almost going to end. I poured water into her mouth. Many buckets of water. We actually saw that properly in that video. I poured water into her mouth. Many buckets of water. Her refers to dash.
Padmini.
Padmini the elephant. Yes. Soon it was time for Padmini to return to the forest and for us to go back home. So Padmini's had bananas. Padmini was given bananas. Padmini had water. And after that, it was time for Padmini to return to the forest and for them to go back home. Seeing the forest and Padmini was like a dream. It was magical. What do you mean by magical? When we say magical feeling, what is the meaning of that?
Something unbelievable or amazing.
Yes, something extraordinary, something exceptional, something great. Absolutely. And yeah, correct. So that's the story. And it's written by Saroj Mukherjee, Indian author. So I just close this. So once we have explained the story well, so we started, how did we start today? We started, previously we asked children to read and come. Then we asked, we showed them the video or the picture clues. And then we asked them quick questions just to find out how much they have understood. Quick questions, few questions, whatever you feel from here and there, whatever the important points, just to know whether they have understood or how much they have understood. How that will tell us the level in terms of comprehension skills. So after that, we explain the story in detail. We can make them read. We have to make them read. So you can first explain, and then, by in parts, maybe you can make them read, you can read, and they can repeat, the way we generally conduct our lessons actually in class. Then now few more activities we can do for assessing. Assessment need not always be the traditional dictation. Yes, we can have that also, just to give variety, because children will like it when we, give different types of activities. So I discussed about some art integrated activities and subject integrated activities in my poem session. So those things also can be apart from that. So apart from whatever was discussed in the first and the second session, I'm just giving something extra here. So let me just share my PPT now. So what is this saying? Like a just a minute activity, we can do some activity. After we have done everything, we can ask children to describe the boy's grandmother, Amma, or the doctor. They are the two main, or the boy also. Any character they can describe. So can someone quickly describe for me? Anybody who wants to go? Lindsay ma'am, do you wish to? I can see some. Try to unmute, I thought. Or anyone else? How is this grandma in the story? What kind of a lady she is?
She is a kind-hearted person.
Kind-hearted person. Very nice. Yes, ma'am. Something more? Little extra? Two more sentences.
Kind and compassionate.
Kind and compassionate, you said? Yes. Okay.
She's a very loving, caring person.
She's a very loving
She
person.
takes
Yes.
care of the animals.
Yeah,
She's
she's
a
taking
kind-
care of animals. Yes. And
She is very sensitive.
sensitive. Okay. Now you can also explain what she did, which tells us that she is very kind and she loves animals and she takes care. What did she do? In 2
She
points.
helped the animals. She's helpful.
She helped Padmini to
Get healed.
Yeah. Yes, she helped Padmini. She took care of Padmini when she was hurt, badly hurt. Okay. Then,
She also teaches the children to love animals.
yes, she's teaching that. Then she does something else. Not only Padmini, there was something else also in the story.
She's
When
not
she,
only feeding the Batmini, she fed
Yeah.
all animals in the forest.
yes, she had taken food for the small animals and the birds which came running to her when she rang the bell. When they reached the old temple near the forest, once she rang the bell, all of them started coming. And even Padmini came. Yes. So, and she had taken food for them. And how nicely she says, no, to Padmini, you would need water. Let's go towards the water's edge. So she understood that. So she was very kind person. And she also said, she gave one advice to that boy. What was that? How should they?
Show that we are afraid.
Yes, excellent, ma'am. Thank you so much. You should not show that because they will think you're going to harm them. So you can make children, this kind of an activity can be given in class. You can make children talk about it. This helps two ways. One, we will know how much they've understood, and it also helps them to frame few sentences, talk in front of others. So this will expose them to 2-3 things actually, this activity. It's a nice activity. You can give it like an extemporary, like then and there, 5 minutes you can give them to think and make them do it. Or you can ask them to come prepared. Initially, you can ask them to come prepared as a, home activity, and then the next day they come and deliver. So you can do it either way. Start in a way which they are comfortable, seeing your child, your classes level and all that. Okay. So another activity coming your way. This is something that you can give. read the sentences given below and put them in the order of the story. Okay, so this will tell actually whether they have understood or not. So can someone read it for me? We will order it later. Can someone read 3 sentences for me? First 3 sentences.
Yes, ma'am. The bullet bird and Padmini was soon asleep.
Number
The
1.
second.
Okay. Yeah. Second one.
We all walked to the water's edge. Padmini knelt down.
Yes.
Third one, Padmini's trunk is cut in many places. The wounds are deep.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Another
Thank you.
person. Actually, the third sentence should have been in quotes. Actually, yeah.
Soon,
One more.
shall I read, ma'am?
Yeah, please, Meena, ma'am. Please read.
Soon it was time for Padmini to return to the forest and for us to go back home. Next sentence is, we walked to the forest and soon came to an old temple. Padmini was caught and held in ropes and chains, while the rest of the herd escaped.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So, I have just taken 6 because only 6 could actually come properly in this slide. You can give more than that also. It could be even 10. So now we have read out. I'll just quickly read. The bullet worked and Padmini was soon asleep. We all walked to the water's edge. Padmini knelt down. Padmini's trunk is cut in many places. The wounds are deep. That should actually be, it should have been in quotes. Sorry, I missed that. Soon it was time for Padmini to return to the forest and for us to go home. We walked to the forest and soon came to an old temple. Padmini was caught and held in ropes and chains while the rest of the herd escaped. So here, which is the first point, first sentence that should come? When
Padmini was caught and held in
ropes and chains.
last
Yes.
sentence, ma'am.
Yes,
Sixth one.
correct, correct. The last sentence will be the first sentence. Okay, second one. Which is the second one?
Padmini's trunk is cut in many places. The wounds are
Thank
deep.
you. Excellent. Yes. Padmini's trunk is cut in many places. The wounds are deep. Third one.
The first one, ma'am. Bullet worked and Padmini was soon asleep.
Yes. Bullet worked and Padmini was soon asleep. Right. Fourth one.
We walked to the forest and soon came to an old temple.
Correct. Thank you. Yes.
Second sentence.
Fifth one.
We all walked to the water's edge.
Padmini knelt down. Yes. And the last one.
Soon it was time for Padmini to
Back home. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for the nice participation. Thank you so much. Yes. So these kind of things we can give. Children will love it. I'm sure about that. So all the time the same activity, they may not like it. But when we give a variety, they will enjoy it, and we can also test how much have they understood. And if there is anything that we need to do to improve the clarity in the sentences or clarity to the story or whatever, accordingly we can also correct it. We can do the needful. Now another thing, the other day we did spot the error with spelling mistakes. Here I have given not just that, it could be any kind of an error. So you can just tell me just one, any teacher can just from any box. I've given 5 boxes here. Anything you could read out and tell me the mistake in that.
Magical one, ma'am. The boy and his
Magical spelling. Okay, correct.
The boy and his grandma.
It is a temple, ma'am.
Correct, correct. The boy and his grandma walked to the forest and reached an
an
old
old temple.
Correct, Sangeeta ma'am.
And
Thank you.
Padmini could not eat or drink properly, so she became weak. W-E-A-K.
Yeah, W-E-A-K week. This week is 7 days of a week. So I have used the different, I have used its homophone. Yes. And then
Softly is hardly, ma'am.
It is not coconuts.
sorry.
Opposite of the softly is hardly.
Hardly.
Yeah, these are actually meanings, isn't it? Synonyms, softly, gently.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. And the last one,
Amma offered her 2 bananas and it is not
2 bananas. Exactly, exactly. Thank you so much. So these are things we can do, no teachers. I'm sure we can test also how they have understood, how much they have understood this way. So today I have concentrated more on activities for testing and assessing their various, skills. Deepa ma'am, you want to say something or it was just by mistake? Okay, fine. So
No,
can
ma'am.
we go? Okay, no problem. Can we go ahead?
Ma'am,
Okay, right.
ma'am, just 1 minute.
Sure.
For softly, it can be harshly, right?
Yes, yes, of
Hardly
course.
is not the right word.
Harshly.
Doesn't mean.
Oh, they said
Means
hardly.
Yeah, yes, I could hear that. I don't know.
Okay, harshly. Roughly,
Okay.
yeah, all that. Hardly, we hardly did it. That's a different word. Yes, harshly. Okay. Can we go ahead now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now here, quickly I have this activity for you. Write a descriptive paragraph about the character Amma and the values taught by her. You could just do quickly. We have talked so much about the next topic. I thought we should do that. So here, 1 second. Yeah, homophones. Familiar topic. Today also we discussed a little bit, and the other day also when we are doing group. Yeah, so what are homophones? Words that sound the same but have different spellings and meanings, right? Now, whenever we start about homophones, we can start, when we try to teach them, start with a very easy word. S-O-N, sun, S-U-N, sun. Because there is nobody in class 3 who would not know that. There won't be any child who won't know that. So, give easy examples and explain. Here I have taken these two examples. W-E-E-K, week, days of the week, yeah, and the other one is opposite of strong. That week was what the word was for the elephant, Padmini, actually. Second one that I have taken here is pray. Pray. One is the praise that we offer to God, pray. The other one is animals.
Food.
Yeah, we got it. So now one thing that we should remember with regard to homophones, I feel is, first thing, start with the easy words, which they were very thorough with those words in terms of the meaning. And second, don't teach homophones and homonyms the same day. Even if, like, sometimes the period is, big enough for us to get to the next topic, still don't get into the next topic. Then they'll get confused which is a homophone, which is a homonym. So let homophones be taught. Class 4, actually, we have in the same lesson both. That's the reason I'm telling. So finish homophones. Maybe 1 or 2 days later, you can start with homonyms. Because otherwise they get kind of confused. Which is homonym, which is homophone. So homophones, we have words which have the same sound, but different spellings and different meanings. Homonyms, it's a word that has 2 different meanings. So, right. One is correct, you're right. And the other one is the right direction. Please take a right. From the school, take a right and you will reach the shop. That's it. Then, ring. One is the ring that you wear, finger ring. The other one is string, that ring. Okay. So, you can give, I just took two examples. Please take examples which are easy for children to understand and then slowly go. You can scale it up further, but just for them to understand in the beginning, it's better that we take the easy ones. Okay, so let's do a quick activity. You can just note it down and then we will talk. I give you 2 minutes. Yeah, just finish me, ma'am. Let's start.
Steel, ma'am. This bridge is made up of iron and steel. STEEL. That is
Yes, second option, steel. The other steel, what is the meaning of the other steel, ma'am?
other
Grab others,
theft.
to take others' things.
Yeah, yes. Without
Take other
permission, without permission, when we take somebody's, yes, yes, correct. Second, Yamini, ma'am, you want to try out?
May I, ma'am?
Yes, please. Please, ma'am.
She has long and thick hair. HAIR, ma'am.
Correct. Thank you, ma'am. Next.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
ma'am.
Shall I
Yes,
say, ma'am?
yes, Shanti, ma'am, please say.
Kavin dashed the race easily. Won. Won. WON.
Yeah, both are one. It's not won. It's Kavin won the race easy. Okay, ma'am? Yeah.
Okay. ma'am.
Shall I try,
Yes, Priya. Please try.
I didn't know
that it was their car.
THEIR.
That's right. I didn't know that it was their car. Yes. Okay. Angelo Mary, yes, she's raised her hand. Ma'am, the second Roman number 2. Roman number 2, identify the misspelled word and correct it. Yeah, the first one, please read.
The scene at the sunset point was very beautiful. So here, the scene spelling is misspelled, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. What is
It has to be SCENE.
perfect, ma'am? Correct. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Angelo, ma'am. Angelo,
Yes, ma'am.
please. Did you say now?
Yes, ma'am. It was me.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. We'll give chance to Anusha, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please read.
Again one.
Second one, yes.
The old man is too tired after the walk. So the spelling is TWO in spite of the TOO.
Yeah, it should be TOO, not TWO, right? That's what you wanted to say, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, correct. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nisha, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Third one, please.
Yes, ma'am. What is the bus fare from Chennai to Kochi?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Fare. It is wrong. FARE.
Correct, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Deepa, ma'am. Did you get a chance? Somebody, whoever wants, please.
Shall I, ma'am?
Please.
I can't hear you. HER is wrong. HEAR.
HEAR. I can't hear you. Please be louder. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you, teachers, for that active participation. Yes. We can go to the next part. Some homonyms are given below. Write their different meanings and frame separate sentences with each meaning. So, 1 minute. Please do it.
Observe or to see. The audience watched the movie with great happiness.
Okay.
The second one, watch. The smartwatch was very costly.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Next. Park.
Parking vehicle.
Someone who's not said, somebody who's not, unmuted and given the answer till now. Can I request someone who's not, whom I have not heard?
I am going to the park.
Okay.
And please do not park the vehicle here.
Correct. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
The last one. Light. Who wants to go for it? Gomati, ma'am? No. Who wants to go? Did I saw someone unmuting actually.
Shall I, ma'am?
Vinu, ma'am, please.
One light is the light which is inside the room.
Okay.
Can you switch the light?
Okay. Can you
one
switch
more
on
thing
the
which
light
is
or
very
switch off the light? Switch
switch off
on.
the light. Switch off. The other one is the feather is very light.
The what is
The
very
feather
light?
is very light.
Okay, the feather is very light. Yes. The weight part. Yes, correct. Okay, 1 second. To the next segment. So we've done one lesson in detail, and I just want to mention one thing here. The activities, whatever we have discussed for lesson and poem, these are all like we can use it interchangeably. What can be used here can be used there also. So just given some ideas depending upon your children, your class, these can be used. Now let's get into the last bit of this writing skills. Class 1 and class 2, we have tested them, we have trained them, in fact, I should say, the reading skills quite nicely. They have only been trained in that actually. Class 1, mid of class 1, they start this reading comprehension. So from then on, they are having reading comprehension in almost every exam. Then class 2, they have it. Towards the end of class 2, they do picture composition. That's a bit of writing. Other than that, it is always picture comprehension, reading comprehension. So comprehension is what they have, done till now. So they're able to observe, they're able to see the picture and understand, they're able to read the passage and understand. Now we start from class 3, we start with writing skills. Now, when we start writing skills, it will be dealt in another session also. We have this paragraph writing, we have this descriptive writing to encourage children. In fact, that's the reason we are having this jam activity or the basic point of frame sentences. Why do we give it that along with all the lessons? So that they get the habit of making a sentence, framing a sentence. When they frame sentences, few sentences, they get the confidence, and then when the topic is familiar to them, they are able to come out with their paragraphs. So initially the paragraphs should be small and easy topics, something that they can easily relate to your school, or how anything like what you bought, your favorite toy, or your the favorite, or about a particular bird or particular animal or whatever. So this particular thing that we are going to discuss now, this is done after that basic writing has developed. Now, today we are going to discuss about writing skills. So already we expect the child to have, the capacity to write paragraphs. He has understood how to write a paragraph, what to write, how to use descriptive words and, make it well. All that he knows. So from then on, so I'm just giving you a background. It is not that soon after entering class 3, we are doing this. These are things done in class 4 level generally. Class 4 and 5. So, what is this narrative in first person? What is this first person here? I is. Okay. So, what is it actually a pronoun?
Me.
Instead of a noun.
Yeah. Instead of, when speaker, we have this I, me, and then it is plural, we, us. Right? So, narrative in first person, first thing that we are talking about narrative in first person, first thing that should come to our mind is the child has to write in paragraphs. The paragraph has to be well structured. What do you mean by well structured paragraph?
In order.
In order, okay. In order, yes. What else?
Punctuations, ma'am, including punctuations.
Okay. Okay.
Having the constructive sentences, relevant meaning.
Yes, the sentences have to be developed properly. There should
the constructive sentences
should be in order. It should be organized. Yeah, it should be organized. So paragraph, it should not happen that okay. Let me come to the example a little later. So the paragraph we said it should be well made or well developed. It should be structured. And the second point that we should remember is we should use the first person pronouns I, me, we, and us. Only these to be used. Then the third point that we should remember is we must use past tense. Now, what do we generally mean by narrative in first person? We will be asked to remember about some incident that has already taken place and then how you felt. How did you spend your birthday party? Okay, narrative in first person. How did you had your birthday last Sunday? How did you organize the party? What did you do? Explain your experience as a narrative in first person. This could be the kind of question you will get. So the child has to understand, yes, write everything in a structured way. When he writes that, he can't say, if he's saying, he's talking about birthday preparation, the preparations began 1 week back. They had it in some hotel or some other restaurant or something like that. So that has to be in a structured way. You cannot go forth first what happened that day, then the first day of preparation, then in the middle, then again come back to the last stage and then go back. That should not happen. It should be in order. So that is number one. Then only there is beauty to what you have written. Second thing is, he cannot write he enjoyed or she enjoyed or they enjoyed. No, because it is his experience that is being asked. So it has to be I enjoyed my birthday party. I called so many of my friends. They all came and we had a great time. We played lots of indoor games. So it is his experience that is being asked. So these pronouns, when we have to be very careful, because when we write something, there is a tendency to write he, she, and all that. So here, experience is not about the other person. It is about that person, the writer. So these pronouns, these first person, we should always remember. We have to insist on that. We have to keep talking about that. Then second thing is, we must always use past tense. We cannot say that the question is about how you spent or how great your birthday party was. Please explain your experience. You can't say, I will celebrate my birthday party next Sunday. No, it's already over. So all should be past tense. Yeah. Clear, no, teachers? Got what I'm trying to say?
Yes, ma'am.
So the 3 points that we have to remember, it should be structured. The paragraph should be structured. Paragraphs, usually we say three, when we write something like descriptive writing, 3 paragraphs. It need not be 3, even 2 is fine, but there has to be a flow in the paragraph. Things have to happen in one order. It should look organized. And it should all be about writing in first person and all in past. No future tense, I will do like this. Not like that. Because the party is already over. So that is the main difference between writing about something that we'll do. Sometimes we'll ask paragraph writing what you will do when you if you are the school, if you are the class monitor or something like that. That is a different one. So here that we have to remember the tense of the paragraph. Then diary writing is very, very similar. It is just an extension of narrative in first person actually. We just have to have that format in place. Whenever we write, why do we have this diary writing? Actually, can someone tell why? What is this diary writing? Can you hear me, teacher?
Just to
Writing our
Yes, Darshana ma'am,
daily
please say, I
activities.
saw her.
Yeah. To keep a record of what we are doing or what we may do later.
What we did, yes. Whatever fun we had, how we enjoyed, and yes, everything can come. Yes. So in that case, when we are recording something like that, you have to have certain important things. First, everything will start from the left side only. First will be day. Then date. Date has to be in expanded form. Now, when I say expanded form, I hope you can see my. Now, today is This is today's date. But when I say, can you see my board? Can someone confirm, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So here, this is not expanded form. This is not what we mean by expanded form. This is just the date. We want it to be, you can either write 5th or even if it is not written as 5th, 5 May is also fine. May is a small word. It's not a problem. Sometimes if it is like February, we have a tendency to write no, not Feb. Let them write the month fully and the year and the date. Even if this is not there, it is fine. 5 May 2023 is also fine. Okay, this is very, very important. In fact, letter writing also we insist on expanded form, and it is better that we write the dates in letter writing, we write it in diary, we write it in message. So let the child have the habit of writing everywhere in expanded form. There is nothing wrong in that. So because in these two it is needed. So let that habit develop from primary itself. So clear? Expanded form, date expanded form. Okay, so day has to be written, date, time, then comes the body, that is the text that we are going to write. That is exactly what we have mentioned in narrative in first person. That means it should be a well-structured paragraph. You have to write in first person using I, me, we and us. That's the only thing that should be used, and keep using past tense all the time. Because this is a write-up on something that has already happened. Any doubt, teachers?
No, ma'am.
Clear, no? Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
Clear, ma'am.
Can we have one activity then?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Yes.
ma'am, just a
Some.
doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
About this, maybe I have missed your whatever you said about this. Are these for class 5 or class 4, ma'am?
Ma'am, narrative in first person and diary writing, we start in 4. Diary writing may be there in 5 also. Actually, that varies. That will come to know only when it is when we are given the course of study. But generally, this is for class 4 onwards.
4 onwards.
Generally, we don't have it in class 3. Because class 3, we concentrate on, making them write paragraphs and descriptive writing and all that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine, ma'am. Okay. So I assume it's cleared. So now, though I have said here for, many a times, because this is all based on whatever was the course of study that we followed the previous year. The coming academic year, there may be some changes here and there, we don't know. Something that was there in 4th may come to 3rd, or 5th may come to 4th. So accordingly, if it is there, it will be mentioned when we talk about it. Generally, we have a monthly meeting, so it will be addressed there. And otherwise, for I understand you're from Palikarnai, so when you get the course of study, it will be very clear in that. But as of now, it's for 4th and 5th.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Darshana, ma'am, right? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we have 5 minutes only, but I'm sorry, we'll have one more small activity. Yeah, can you see this? Now, I thought of linking this to the story that we did, the lesson that we did. Imagine your pet got injured last month. Write a diary entry describing your experience and expressing your feelings about how you and your family nursed it back to health. My question is clear? So you have to imagine you have a pet. You have to write a diary entry. There, what will you mention about how you nursed, how you and your family nursed your pet, and now the pet is fine. So your experience and your feelings, what you have to mention. Question is clear, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks a lot to everybody and all the very best to all of you.